Well, it's Monday morning, and today we're going to go over a few pieces that sold out of the Ephemera store and the Everything store. There's actually 12 orders going out from the Ephemera store today, 2 of which are pre-prohibition Breweriana letters. So make sure you watch this whole video because you're not going to believe what they sold for. So getting right into the Everything store, I listed these about 5 to 6 months ago. And after I saw the sale, I looked at the listing title and I listed this as green. Clearly not green. But what's really interesting is both of these are 2 separate sets, and they both sold on the same day to different buyers, but they were both sitting for over 5 months. This piece here went for $7 plus shipping, and then the set of 3 here went for $13.99 plus shipping. This one didn't sit very long. It is a Bulova watch. It's got the original box, a little pillow, no paperwork, but a really good looking watch. It is quartz. It's got a new battery in it, and it is working, and it went for $24.99 plus shipping. Still going through that mountain of cassettes that I've got, and these are all Motown. There might be some Chess labels in here as well. Al Green, Lenny Williams, Marvin Gaye, Tina Marie. Really cool stuff inside here. These are all brand new, sealed cassettes. And I took an offer on this whole lot of $38 plus shipping. Over the summer, I bought a bunch of OEM car stereos, and I like to pick these up pretty much every year during garage sale season. And they're getting tougher and tougher to find because nowadays all these cars come with these fancy giant touch screens, and you're not swapping those out for a nice Alpine or an Eclipse deck or something like we used to use, back in the 90s. But OEM car stereos can bring some pretty good money if it's the right model and if you can ensure that they are working. So this is an older 6 CD changer out of a Ford, and the reason people buy these is because either the old ones have broken or someone put a really cheap aftermarket stereo in their vehicle at some point down the road, and they want their original stereo back if they're either selling it or if that's just what they like. And I'm pretty sure whoever got this one's getting a free CD because I think I forgot to take it out when I was testing. But what you do to test these is you need to find the pinouts online and see what is the power, the ground and all that sort of stuff, speaker wires. And I have a 12-volt power supply that I hook up to this and a set of speakers, and I just go through and check to make sure all the speakers work, all the functions work, and then I list it as tested and working. But this one here did not sit for very long, and it sold for $99.99 plus shipping. So this I thought was going to sell for a little bit more money. This came out of the Private Pick House, and this is a paperweight of a foot. So when I first looked this up, I saw a listing that had sold, I'm pretty sure it was $150, and that's what I listed this for. But it sat for several months, probably, close to 5 or 6 months right now. So I kept dropping the price, and I ended up letting it go for $75 plus shipping. All right, let's get into the Ephemera store sales. There's actually 12 pieces going out today, which is pretty good considering how slow the ephemera category can be on eBay. If any of you sell in that category, there can be some very, very slow days. But there's quite a few repeat buyers in here, which is great. I actually got a feedback from one the other day saying second purchase this month from this seller. I highly recommend. So awesome, really awesome to see stuff like that. But let's get right into these pieces of paper here. The first one is from June 25th, 1919, from the Central Hudson Gas and Electric Company. And most of these, I'm pretty sure all of these are going to be coal and mining related. This one ended up going for $12, free shipping. The next one, there's a pair going to the same buyer. It's from, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, Diadem Manufacturing Company. I've got quite a few of these pieces in the store and even more that I haven't listed yet. So they bought 2 pieces, so I was willing to work with them here. They paid $10 for this one. And then they added this one from the same company for another $10. The next piece is from the Bossert Company, nearby out of Utica, New York. And referring to the favor of the 21st, wish to advise that we have taken care of our requirements of coal. So therefore not in the market. So another coal and mining document. This company here, I'm pretty sure where they used to be. It's now an auto parts warehouse. But if I remember correctly, they actually made the casings for ammunition during World War II. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what they did. This piece ended up going for $12.79, free shipping. The next one is from the Bancroft Textile Company out of Worcester, Massachusetts. We shall need a supply of coal no later than Monday of this next week. And based on previous letters from this coal company, I'm pretty sure they fell short and this company did not get what they were looking for. This one here ended up going for the full asking price of $15.99 with free shipping. The next one, 2 pieces going to the same buyer from the Henderson Coal Company. Home office in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and it says Buffalo, New York here. Another thing for order for 2 cars of stove coal, 30 gross tons each. Signed by the manager of this company. So this piece went for $13.59, free shipping. Here is the second one from the same company, same buyer, also selling for $13.59, free shipping. The next one, another coal company, really nice text on here, like it's like thick. I can't remember what it's really called. January 23rd, 1919. We're unable to figure is the amount of coal that we have been asked several parts, blah, blah, okay, whatever. A lot of stuff going on in that one. You guys can pause and take a look and read through that if you want. But yeah, this is the text up here that's like, it's almost like thick ink. Well, I don't know why I can't think of what that's called. I should know, considering that I'm selling paper here. This piece ended up going for the full price, $15.99, free shipping. The next 2 also going to repeat buyers, and he bought both of these. These 2 pieces are from the Cambria County Coal Mining Company. And this has got names of the mines, shipping points, railroad, the rate for the freight rate, size, prices. Not totally filled out, but it's got some cool stuff in it here. There's actually 2 of them. This one went for, just had here, $12, free shipping. And then, like I said, this person bought 2 sheets from this company. This looks like test results for coal, I think. Is that what that is down there? So same price, this $12, free shipping. So these next 2 pieces went for some really good money. Now, I don't drink beer, but I love old school pre-prohibition beer stuff. I don't know why. It's appealing to me. Just like Coleman lanterns. I've been camping once and I've got like 80 lanterns hanging up in the garage. It's a little out of control. But this brewery here is called, I think I'm going to say it right, I'm not 100% sure, the Christian Feigenspan Brewery. And they are out of Newark. And you see where it says PON under the brewery there, the picture of the brewery? That stands for Pride of Newark. And that logo was used quite a bit on the bottle caps, on different signs, and I think beer trays as well. So if you find anything that has the Pride of Newark logo on it, it can bring some really good money. Here's the other letter here. So like most breweries, Prohibition hit this one pretty hard. And when the dry laws went into effect, they had, thousands and thousands of barrels of ale sitting in their cellars, and they tried to sell it to Heinz to be turned into malt vinegar, but the deal fell through. And this company here was forced to dump all of that beer down the city sewers and into the river, which had to be heartbreaking, I'm sure, for the beer drinkers of the day. And they eventually they went through Prohibition and they made it through Prohibition, but ended up getting bought out by their neighboring brewery, and I can't think of the exact name, but everything got a little more difficult after that. I think that's why they were sold. But these 2 pieces are actually going to a family member of the brewery, and they sold for $150 each. And I know there was a comment in the last video, $90 sale, I'd probably put it in a box. Well, this is a $300 sale. And it's going in a box. So let's take care of that right now. We'll see how we can get this boxed up so that it makes it to this person safely. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is sandwich each piece in between the cardboard chipboard here. And then use the same plastic bags. I think I can get both of them in here. Okay. All right, so both of them sandwiched in between the cardboard here, the chipboard, and from there, we'll toss that in the Stay Flat mailer. And we'll seal that up. All right. All right, let me find a box for this. All right. All right, so I just threw some tape on this one here. And I don't know, maybe this is overkill. Let me know what you think. But this fits in there wonderfully. And how do I want to put it in there? Let's add some bubble wrap, because why not? All right, this is probably overkill. I don't care. This person spent a lot of money. Let's make it look somewhat presentable, right? Some tape. Still plenty of room left. What could we fill that with? I got a bunch of these laying around, but I don't think there's going to be enough to work in here. So what I think I'm going to do is just get some craft paper and stuff that in there. All right, let's stuff this down here. Let's put our paper. Then we'll put this here on the top. Let's fold this up a little bit. Put this one this way. Let's tape it up. Beautiful. Looks good. So I don't know, let me know, is that overkill? Is that not enough? It's going to go insured, definitely. And I don't know, I think it's going to make it in one piece. All right, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you click subscribe down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.